Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I've been a nurse at Memorial Hospital for 15 years and a single mom to my daughter Sophia for the last 3. Right now, I'm sitting beside her hospital bed instead of working in one, watching machines do the breathing my 16-year-old can't manage on her own. Any changes, Liz? My sister Diane walks in with 2 coffees, circles under her eyes matching mine. Nothing. They're still running tests. I take the cup, grateful for the warmth. Dr. Chen said the blood work is inconclusive. They're treating symptoms, but can't figure out what's causing them. This started 2 weeks ago. Sophia came home from her weekend at her dad's with a fever. By Monday, she couldn't keep food down. Wednesday, her muscles started spasming. Now she's in and out of consciousness with failing kidneys, and doctors looking at me like I should prepare for the worst. The door opens and my ex-husband walks in. Marcus looks like he hasn't slept either, but his clothes are still perfectly pressed. Some things never change. How is she? He keeps his distance, hovering near the doorway. The same. Where's Vanessa? I try to keep the edge from my voice when mentioning his new wife. Parking the car. She's upset, Liz. We all are. The silence stretches between us, filled with beeping monitors. 3 years post-divorce, and we still can't manage basic conversation. At least the custody arrangement has been straightforward. Weekdays with me, weekends with them in their fancy house with the pool Sophia loves. The doctors don't know anything? Marcus steps closer to the bed. They've ruled out bacterial infection and most viruses. They're testing for autoimmune responses, but a monitor starts beeping rapidly. Sophia's fingers twitch, then her eyes flutter open. Mom? Her voice is barely audible. I'm instantly at her side. I'm here, baby. My back hurts. I know, sweetie. The doctors are trying to figure out what's wrong. She shakes her head weakly. No, look at my back. I glance at Marcus, who shrugs. Gently, I help Sophia turn slightly, lifting her hospital gown. My breath catches. There, across my daughter's pale skin, are dozens of small bruises. Some fresh, some yellowing with age. And something else. Tiny puncture marks, some inflamed, others healing. What the hell? Marcus moves closer. I've been a nurse long enough to recognize injection sites. Someone has been sticking needles into my daughter's back, where she couldn't see. Get Dr. Chen, I tell Diane, my mind racing. These aren't from hospital procedures. These are deliberate, hidden, and explain everything. The mysterious symptoms, the weekend onset. Someone has been poisoning my daughter. Marcus is staring at the marks. Liz, what's going on? I reach for my phone with shaking hands. I'm calling the police. Police? Are you crazy? This is a medical situation. I meet his eyes, a cold certainty settling in my stomach. No, Marcus. This is attempted murder. Behind him, Vanessa appears in the doorway, her face a perfect mask of concern that doesn't reach her eyes. What's happening? She asks, and something in her controlled tone makes my skin crawl. That's exactly what we're going to find out, I say, already dialing 911. Detective Rivera photographed the marks on Sophia's back while I glared at Marcus and Vanessa in the corner. These illnesses always happen after weekend visits with them, I said, pointing at my ex and his wife. That's ridiculous, Vanessa snapped, flipping her perfect blonde hair. We love Sophia. I've been nothing but a caring stepmother. Then explain the needle marks, I demanded. Explain why my daughter is fighting for her life. Marcus stepped forward, his expensive suit making me remember how he always valued appearances. You've always been jealous of our relationship with Sophia. This is just your latest attempt to drive a wedge between us. Jealous! My daughter is being poisoned! Dr. Chen walked in with test results. These are definitely injection sites. We're testing for specific toxins. The pattern suggests regular administration over months. I'm treating this as attempted homicide, Detective Rivera stated firmly. This is insane. Marcus pulled out his phone. I'm calling my attorney. You'll regret this witch hunt, Liz. After they stormed out, I searched Sophia's backpack and found a hidden diary. Weekend at Dad's. Vanessa made dinner. Felt sick after. Told Vanessa no more vitamins. She got mad. Called me ungrateful. Feel weird again. Vanessa checked something on my back during my shower, said she was looking for acne. I don't have back acne. She's been documenting it without realizing. I showed Diane the diary, my hands shaking. This is sick, Diane whispered. Who does this to a child? My phone rang. Marcus's lawyer, voice smooth as oil. Mrs. Reeves, we've filed for emergency custody. Your accusations demonstrate mental instability. My client believes Sophia would be safer with him. Safer? My daughter is hospitalized because someone poisoned her. Your clients did this. The hearing is tomorrow at 9 a.m. I suggest you find representation. I called Rivera immediately. They're trying to take her. Marcus is using his money to shut this down. We're making progress, she assured me. Vanessa has changed names twice before, with similar cases in previous cities, but Marcus has connections. The captain's getting calls from the mayor and judges. What about the hospital security footage? I asked desperately. Working on it. We've got her on camera entering Sophia's room alone several times. Diane squeezed my hand. We won't let them win. I've called every nurse Sophia has seen this year for statements. I've tracked her illnesses for a year, I said, pulling out my phone calendar. Every single one followed visits with them. Christmas break, spring vacation, every other weekend. That evening, Dr. Chen rushed in. We found antifreeze and a compound similar to insulin in her system. Both explain her symptoms perfectly. Both easily acquired and injected, Rivera noted, taking the reports. The custody hearing, I started, panic rising. I'll be there, Rivera promised. With these results, and a judge who owes me a favor. I stared at my daughter's pale face. Marcus and Vanessa had picked the wrong mother to mess with. The morning news hit like a truck. There on TV was Marcus in front of his company headquarters, arm around Vanessa, both looking somber. My ex-wife has unfortunately suffered a mental breakdown. We're devastated she's making these wild accusations while our daughter fights for her life. I threw the remote across the room as Diane walked in with coffee. They're painting me as crazy, I hissed. Their lawyer just sent a stack of documents to Child Services claiming I have Munchausen by proxy. That's rich coming from them. Half the hospital staff is suddenly treating me differently. Dr. Chen even questioned me about Sophia's medical history again. It's Marcus's influence, Diane said. His company donates millions to this hospital. My phone buzzed with a text from Detective Rivera. Judge delayed warrant approval. Captain's asking questions about case. They're getting to everyone, I said, my voice breaking. Sophia's vitals dropped again last night. We're running out of time. The door opened and a nurse I didn't recognize entered. Time for medication. Where's Marie? She's Sophia's assigned nurse. Called in sick. She approached Sophia's IV. What are you administering? I stepped between her and my daughter. Just what Dr. Chen ordered. Something in her eyes didn't sit right. I want to see the chart first. She hesitated. I'll get the doctor. The moment she left, I checked Sophia's chart. Nothing new was ordered. My heart raced as I called security. We need to set a trap, Diane said. You still have that mini camera from when you suspected Marcus was cheating? 2 hours later, 3 wireless cameras were hidden around Sophia's room. One disguised as a phone charger, another in a teddy bear, the third inside a clock. My phone rang. Unknown number. Is this Elizabeth Reeves? My name's Jamie. I used to be Marcus's executive assistant. Used to be? Got fired last month. Look, I've been seeing the news. I have information about Vanessa you need to hear. She made me research medications once. Insulin that wouldn't show up on regular tests. We met at a diner 3 blocks from the hospital. Jamie slid a folder across the table. Vanessa isn't who she claims to be. Before marrying Marcus, she was Valerie Simmons in Chicago. Before that, Victoria Sanders in Phoenix. I flipped through newspaper clippings. Child in critical condition. Mother questioned. Mysterious illness baffles doctors. There were investigations, but she disappeared before charges were filed. Changed her name, moved, started fresh. Why didn't this come up in Marcus's background check when they got married? She has connections, and Marcus was too love-struck to look closely. Why are you helping me? Marcus destroyed my career when I questioned some of Vanessa's behavior with Sophia. said I was jealous of their relationship. I handed Jamie a burner phone. I need your help with something. Back at the hospital, Sophia's monitors started blaring. I ran into her room where Dr. Chen was already checking her vitals. Her kidneys are shutting down. We need to start dialysis immediately. After stabilizing her, I pulled Dr. Chen aside and showed him Jamie's evidence. This is why I need your help with my plan. If we don't catch them now, Sophia won't survive another week. What do you need me to do? Tell Vanessa and Marcus that Sophia's being transferred to a private room without constant supervision. Make them think they have an opportunity. That's risky, Dr. Chen frowned. We'll be watching every second. It's the only way to catch them in the act. The trap was set. Sophia's new private room had cameras hidden in every corner, and Detective Rivera and I watched the live feed from a security office down the hall. Dr. Chen had made sure the staff knew to stay away unless called. You sure this will work? Rivera asked, adjusting the monitor. They can't help themselves. It's been 3 days since they've had access to her. At 8:42 p.m., the door opened. Vanessa entered alone, looking nervously over her shoulder. She's here, I whispered, gripping the edge of the desk. Vanessa approached Sophia's bed, pulled out a small case from her purse, and removed a syringe. That's it, Rivera said, already on her radio. Move in now. Before officers could reach the room, Marcus appeared in the doorway. What are you doing? His voice came clearly through our speakers. Vanessa froze. I thought you were keeping watch. Answer me. What's in the syringe? The same thing as always. She's getting better. The doctors will take her away from us. From us? This was never supposed to go this far. You said you were just giving her something to cause mild symptoms so you could care for her. She doesn't appreciate me. No one does. Not even you. I saved that ungrateful brat from her pathetic mother and... You're killing her, Vanessa. This ends now. You knew? I gasped at the monitor. He knew all along? Vanessa's face hardened. You're weak. I did this for us. For us? Look at her. She's dying because of you. Because of what I let you do? As Vanessa raised the syringe again, officers burst into the room. Vanessa screamed as they tackled her, the syringe clattering to the floor. Marcus Reeves, Vanessa Reeves, you're under arrest, Rivera announced as I ran into the room. 3 months later, I sat in the courthouse as the verdict was read. On the charge of attempted murder, we find the defendant, Vanessa Reeves, guilty. Vanessa didn't even flinch, her face a blank mask. On the charge of conspiracy and child endangerment, we find the defendant, Marcus Reeves, guilty. Marcus dropped his head into his hands. Outside, reporters swarmed as Jamie pulled up in her car. Ready to go home? She asked. More than ready. Sophia was waiting at the house, still thin but smiling for the first time in months. Did they get what they deserved? 20 years for Vanessa? 8 for your father? He's not my father anymore, Sophia said firmly. Not after what he let her do. Detective Rivera called that evening. Thought you'd want to know we've identified 3 more families from Vanessa's past. 2 children died. She'll never see daylight again. And Marcus's company? Stock's tanking. Board forced him out last week. The press is calling it the Poisoner's Palace scandal. I hung up and joined Sophia and Diane on the porch. The sunset painted the sky pink as Sophia showed me her college application essays. I want to be a doctor, she said. Help kids like me. You'll be amazing, I said, my throat tight. Later, as Sophia slept peacefully for the first time in years, I sorted through old family photos. I found one from before the divorce. Marcus, Sophia, and me at the beach, all smiles. I dropped it into the trash without hesitation. Some betrayals can never be forgiven. Some wounds never heal. But Sophia was alive, safe, and looking toward the future. And that was all the justice I needed. What would you do if you discovered a family member was deliberately harming someone you love? Would you set a trap like Elizabeth did? Or would you confront them directly? And could you ever forgive someone who knowingly allowed harm to come to your child, even if they claimed they didn't understand the full extent? If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories that explore the darker side of family dynamics. Your comments help me create content that speaks to what matters most to you.